From Nutrien Ag Solutions, this is Senior Meteorologist Andrew Pritchard with your Canadian Prairie weather story for Monday, November 29th, 2021. Temperatures warmer in the south and the west today, cooler as you head off toward the east. We're above freezing in Calgary. Down across southern Alberta, we're near the freezing mark, kind of along and south of the Highway 1 corridor, and then you head north from there. You fall a few degrees below the freezing mark, -3 in Winnipeg this morning. We'll look at the infrared satellite picture across the region. Very strong jet stream flow continues across the prairie, coming in here across British Columbia from the Pacific, continuing to deliver another river, an atmospheric river to the region. Heavy coastal rain, high elevation snow going to continue through the rest of the week here across portions of British Columbia. And then we end up with these clipper systems coming up and over the top of that. I meant to draw that in white there through the prairie region. So we're going to continue to introduce the chance for flurries. And then by the end of the week, better chances for accumulating snow across the prairie as well. Now we'll take a look at the radar here early Monday morning. Just scattered very light snow across the region. Some of that maybe near or south of Calgary. Maybe some flurries approaching the Regina area here this morning. Maybe some flurries departing Winnipeg early this morning. Not much in the way of any substantial snowfall across the prairie early this week. And as we take a look at the NAM model, again, much of the snow through the first part of the week going to be north of Highway 16. We'll hit play on this. This is Monday. This is your Tuesday. And then we get toward the back half of the week and we'll start talking about more in the way of snow south of that corridor. So here you go through, let's take it back here. Monday, a quiet day across much of the prairie provinces here. On Tuesday, we introduced some snow generally north of Highway 16, perhaps here southeast Saskatchewan, southwest Manitoba. Maybe a rain-snow mix here. Very light, quick hitting here on Tuesday afternoon and evening. We'll continue on into Tuesday night, and then Wednesday, a bigger swath of snow here north of Highway 16. We'll take it then into Wednesday night, and then Thursday. We'll jump over here looking at total precipitation by type. Rain on the top left, snow on the bottom left. And again, you see north of Highway 16 here. We're talking about the potential for maybe 5 to 15 centimeters of snow. South of that, we're talking about much less, maybe flurries here as we head through the next few days. And then as we get toward mid and late week, we'll increase that chance for accumulating snow south of Highway 16 across the rest of the prairie. So total snow accumulation Monday through Thursday. On the left, we have the NAM. On the right, we have the Euro. Pretty good agreement here. This is your Wednesday corridor of snow north of Highway 16. What you see down here comes in later in the week as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The Euro a little bit more gung-ho with the snowfall totals there, kind of along Highway 1. I'm going to lean toward the lighter NAM, though. Sometimes the Euro here overdoes the snow when we're talking about kind of a close cutoff there with the temperatures. So we'll watch this as we get toward the back half of the week. We'll have a couple more updates here, but as I include the next 10 days, we're looking at the European model. This is where we get into kind of days 5 to 10, talking about more in the way of snow chances south of Highway 16. Breaking the next 10 days in half, days 1 through 5 on the top there, 5 to 10. On the bottom, our precipitation anomaly forecast again. As you get through Wednesday, much of this north of Highway 16, Wednesday through Friday will bring in a chance for some snow south of Highway 16. And then as we head into the weekend and next week, we keep that active storm track in place. And here's the reason for that. We've got this big ridge off to the south, big trough off to the north, very strong jet stream flow in between that, where we get the you see the lines very tightly packed together there. And as I hit play on this, we'll animate the next 10 days. We keep this pattern in place. Ridging off to the south, we keep this low off to the north. Systems kind of pinwheel around the base of that. And the result is very strong jet stream flow right through this corridor. You see the bright colors there, the strong jet stream winds. And this time of year, you got strong flow. You've got support there for at least snow flurries. And at the worst, storm systems producing accumulating snow across the region. So the ingredients are in place there for an active next 10 days. Where exactly the snow falls, though, we still have to shake out here the 5 to 10 day time frame. Quiet through the next 48 hours across the primary prairie region here. This is the European model. We'll take it out over the next 10 days now. A quiet Monday, generally a quiet Tuesday, maybe more in the way of snow flurries again across southeast Saskatchewan, southwest Manitoba. That potential for some rain, maybe mixing with sleet, freezing rain, maybe some rain showers. At the very least, it's going to be light precipitation. Just use some caution if you're out on the road there across that region Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. Take it into a quiet Tuesday night and then an active Wednesday across the northern portions of the Prairie provinces. Maybe some light rain south of that, but this is where we dump, maybe 10 centimeters, 15 centimeters of snow north of Highway 16. And then on the heels of that, here comes this guy on Wednesday into Thursday. This is the one that the Euro really likes for some more substantial snow accumulation near and north of Calgary and then down into southern Saskatchewan. So we'll watch the Wednesday night, Thursday morning time frame closely here over the next couple of days as we try and shake out how much snow we'll really see from this system. Of course, the NAM model and the GFS much lighter with its snowfall forecast there Wednesday night into Thursday. So here we go, Thursday midday, getting into Thursday night. The system continues to move off to the southeast, making its way through far southern Manitoba by Thursday night. And then already on the heels of that, another system swinging through northern portions of the Prairie provinces here Thursday into Friday. And then as we get into the weekend, we bring another system in here with the potential for some accumulating snow. And then I can take it even further here early next week. The Euro wants another substantial system to make its way in here. So as we get toward the back half of the weekend, the back half of this week, the weekend into early next week, we are potentially talking about, a system every 1 to 2 days sweeping through the region. So the potential will be there for much more in the way of wintry vibes and accumulating snow south of Highway 16. To this point, a lot of it's been north of Highway 16, at least in recent weeks. Now, as we look at the probability of 3 inches of snow or more stacking up by Friday, again, probability highest north of Highway 16. That's your Wednesday system. The big wild card here over the next 5 days or so is going to be Wednesday night into Thursday. As we get into the weekend early next week, much more in the way of snow chances across the rest of the region. Temperatures, we've seen a lot of warmth, at least, relative to normal here in November. I would hesitate to call it heat as much as the red coloring would want to suggest it here. But over the next 5 days, we'll keep warmer anomalies in place, especially across central and southern Alberta into southern Saskatchewan. It's really going to begin fading, though, as we get into the middle and later part of the week. Temperatures probably closer to average as we head into next week, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get some shots of cooler air here accompanying some of these systems that bring some snow to the region and sending us back into maybe slightly cooler than average feelings. At least it'll feel a little more seasonally appropriate as we get to the weekend and early next week. Take a look at that here. Your 10-day temperature forecast in Calgary, 9 for the high tomorrow, 8 on Wednesday, back down to around the freezing mark for your afternoon high temperatures by the weekend. Very similar look here in Edmonton. Saskatoon falling off here as we head into the weekend as well. This is what I'm talking about. You see those big red colors. It looks warm, but it begins to fade as we get toward Wednesday and beyond. Winnipeg, keep your high around the freezing mark, a couple degrees above, a couple degrees below until we head to midweek. And those temperatures fall off for you as well. Afternoon high temperatures around -10 as we get into the weekend. So a quiet day today, generally quiet Tuesday, more in the way of light snow chances Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then as we get into the weekend early next week, potentially turning quite active with multiple chances for accumulating snow.